Hi, it's Elle here from Beyond Expectations. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another vlog. I have some very interesting topics to discuss today: starving and exercise and recovery. So do stick around for that. Kiana and Kamika and I are setting sail on this fabulous cruise ship. We're going for an afternoon tea, which we are taking throughout the harbour, and we get to see all the glorious views of Sydney Harbour. So yeah, do stick around for that too. Now, I wanted to wish my American clients, my American friends, and my American YouTube subscribers a very happy Memorial Day weekend. I hope you have a wonderful time with your friends and family. Stay safe, and a big thank you to all the men and women who sacrifice and serve our country and keep us safe. Now, it's actually been very cold and rainy here in Sydney, Australia, so we're most grateful for this glorious, glorious day. Now here you can see we're enjoying some delicious food, some cakes, some scones, some sandwiches. It's all good. I want to say first and foremost that I do not starve in any way, shape or form. In the past 12 years, Kamika's almost 12, from the time of reshaping, transforming my body, you've seen the journey. No, I do not starve. So there's that. Now I do actually have a theory. I have a theory and I'm going to share it with you, and it's a bit out there, I will say that. But I do often wonder if, as a society in general, that we tell women to undereat, to starve, to keep us weak. Because think about it for a moment. If you're not well fed, you haven't eaten enough, you're more susceptible to be manipulated, controlled, and influenced. If you're full of food, full of energy, and full of life, that is going to be a lot more difficult. So just think about that for a moment. Why, as a society, would we tell women that they need to starve when it's not actually the case? You need to elevate your resting fat burning rate, and that is where you're going to see long-term results. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm referring to your body's ability to break down fat when you're doing nothing. If you're in the gym, for example, for an hour a day, we'll get to exercise and recovery at the end, but let me just explain this to you now. For an hour a day, what about the other 23 hours in the day? What's your body's ability to break down fat then? If your metabolism is low and it's not functioning at full capacity, you're never really going to be able to reshape and transform your body. And if you do, once your body gets to where you want it to be and you start eating normally again, because that's going to happen eventually, who wants to live like a robot? I mean, I have friends, I have family, I have my girls that I want to spend time with and eat delicious food. I certainly don't want to spend the rest of my life starving. And I'm pretty sure you don't either. What about birthday parties? What about special events? What about weddings? What about work functions? I mean, it's not sustainable for a real person in the real world. So please be mindful of this. Now, for me personally, and for the clients that I work with, we all eat. There is no starving. And what I do with my clients is I focus on elevating their resting fat burning rate. So their body is working hard for them rather than them working hard for their body. And that's what we all should be doing. If you'd like to do that yourself and you're a YouTube subscriber, focus on eating every 2 to 3 hours, whole foods, nutritious foods, food that comes from the ground. Steer clear of things that come out of a packet, and aim for 6 to 8 meals depending on how long you're up for and so forth. So there's that. Moving into exercise and recovery. Now this is really critical. I want you to really think about this, and I'm particularly speaking to my peers, women who are over the age of 40. Majority of the clients that I work with are over the age of 40. I do have some younger, but majority are over 40, 50s and 60s. That's generally the age group that I work with. Just think about it for a moment. Are you a professional athlete? If the answer is no, how do you think, as a regular person, as a regular woman, that you're able to out-exercise a professional athlete without any of the resources? So it really boggles my mind when I see someone who's over the age of 40 training like they're a professional athlete without the billions of dollars that are put into their recovery. So if you've got any sporting athlete, any soccer player, any football player, any basketball player, They have clinics and doctors and whole facilities designed for their recovery. Yet they still retire within an age gap of between 35 to 40. You don't often see high impact sport athletes go beyond the age of 40. Very rarely, because the body just cannot recover. The cartilage between your joints, which basically lubricates your joints, wears away with age. You cannot regrow cartilage back. Once it's gone, it's gone. So please do not have the mindset that you need to train like a professional athlete, especially if you don't have the resources, because you'll blow a knee, you'll blow a hip, you'll be in pain, and you'll just be miserable. You cannot recover. It's impossible, especially professional athletes who have the resources cannot do it too. So how can you outwork a professional athlete? Anyway, so there's that. Got on my high horse for a moment. Here we are looking at the gorgeous Sydney Harbour. If you are from overseas or you don't live in Sydney, do soak up this glorious view because it was just fantastic. It was quite windy and the ship was going relatively fast, so we were holding on there, making sure that we didn't tumble over. But it was just a glorious, glorious day, and I was so thankful that it wasn't raining. Now I'm going to talk more about the starving and recovery. So if you are starving, you're not eating enough, and you're killing yourself in the gym, that is just a miserable way to live. You are not treating yourself as someone of value or someone you love and care for. You wouldn't want to see your child starving and beaten down to the point where they're so exhausted and have no zest for life. As a mother or as someone who is, a female, you wouldn't want to see anyone you love go through that. So why would you do it to yourself? It's incredibly unkind. We're leaving now, the cruise is over. It was absolutely fabulous. We actually stop at a little gelato place soon because, we don't starve here, we eat. We make sure our resting fat burning rate is elevated and we eat. That's what we do. Both the girls, Kiana and Kamika, they eat. They eat very similar to me, if not exactly the same. They're at school, so it has to be slightly different. And they actually prepare a lot of meals for me. They cook a lot of food for me. They throw it all in the steamer, turn it on, and away we go. And they know how to meal prep for myself and for them because I work 7 days a week, often more than 12 hours, and they want to help me out. So there's that. Kiana's hair has been cut, styled, and colored, but if you have a look, Kamika's hair is really long and it's down almost to her knees. My hair is all my hair. I don't have any wigs. I don't have any extensions. I don't have anything of that like that. Not that I have anything against that. If you want to do that, by all means do that. I do color my hair because I have gray hair. So there's that. But it's all my hair, and my hair is thick, luscious, and healthy. Is it genetics? Was I blessed with that? Look, it comes down to diet and nutrition. If you're starving, your hair's not going to look great. Your nails are going to be brittle. Your skin's not going to look good. It's all going to impact you not only internally, where you're going to feel miserable, hungry, depressed, but also externally, your nails, your hair, your skin, it's all going to impact you. You need to be eating lots of high quality ingredients. Also overtraining. Overtraining, especially if you do a lot of cardio. This is something people don't realize. If you over cardio, you're actually breaking down the collagen in your skin. That's why you see a lot of marathon runners with saggy skin, which is most unfortunate. It's because the collagen in their skin is broken down. There are a lot of health implications from starving and overtraining that people often overlook. You don't just want to be thin. You don't just want to be lean. You want to be healthy as well. And this is critical and something that I think is often missed in the health and fitness industry. It's often missed in general. There's this pursuit for being in a certain shape that we forget the overall health, and we forget that we're a community of people that like to spend time together. We like to interact with one another. If you are on this mindset that you need to starve to reshape and transform your body and train like a maniac, where does that leave any time to spend time with friends and family? Where does that leave time for yourself? Where does that leave time just to relax and unwind? It really doesn't. And it's a toxic pursuit when it is completely unnecessary. If you'd like to exercise, my suggestion to you would be is do weight training first, light weights, 3 to 5 times a week for 30 minutes, no more than that. And if you want to do cardio for general health and well-being, walk. You don't need to run, you don't need to do some hardcore CrossFit training. And if you're in your 40s, you shouldn't be anyway. You'll pop a knee out, you're gonna hurt yourself. And the recovery for that is going to take you months to years. That is not a good place to be. So look, think of this as an overall health perspective. You want balance. You not only want to reshape and transform your body, but you want to live the lifestyle as well, where you can catch up with your friends, where you can enjoy birthday cake, where you can see a great little gelato place and stop and eat gelato, where you can live your life. I really do hope this helps you. Thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like me to be your personal coach and mentor, do click the link down below where you'll be able to reserve your spot. Coming into July, summertime for the rest of the globe, it's getting quite warm for you. So as you can imagine, I'm getting pretty busy. For me here in Australia, I'm getting cold. So it's the reverse. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for me, do leave them down below. Do give this video a thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you in my next one. Goodbye.
Our next competitor, all the way from Sydney, Australia, please welcome mother of two, Elle.